All right, guys. How many of you, feel like you'll never achieve what the results that you want with either your health, your wealth, or your relationships? Like you tell yourself, you'll never have the money that you want. You'll never have the relationship that you want. You'll never have the health, wealth, and relationships. How many of you guys feel like there's a limitation on your life and that you can't get more than what you currently are shooting for? Like, what are you shooting for? Are you shooting for the body of your dreams? Are you shooting for the money of your dreams? Are you shooting for the relationship of your dreams? What is it? What's the most important thing to you? Because, guys, I'm going to share in this video how to destroy the invisible ceiling over your head, how to shatter the oh, it looks like there's somebody pulling up in my house. Maybe not. I don't know. But how to shatter the invisible ceiling over your head. All right. Now here's the facts, man. Is that Kiba? Hey, here's the facts. Did you know that if you put a bunch of fleas inside of a glass container, right, and they like start jumping around, and let's say it's got a lid on it, right? So there's all these fleas jumping around, and so my wife just got home. So all these fleas are jumping around inside of a little glass container. Well, if they do that enough, they're gonna start memorizing the pattern, and subconsciously, they're gonna keep jumping around in the same patterns. And if you take the lid off, even if there's an opening, the fleas inside, they won't jump out. They won't jump higher than the pattern that they've been following. So the moral of the story is that we all have these limiting beliefs, these ceilings on our life that prevent us from jumping out of the box that we're in. Now here's the messed up part. You're in the flea example, if they have offspring inside of there, they even their offspring will jump the same patterns that their parents did. And if you remove the glass container completely, they won't go beyond the limits of that container. You are the flea in that container. And so if you guys are new to the channel, I'm Jeremiah Sullivan. I was a small town kid. I had very small thinking growing up. I didn't think I could become much in life. I doubted my potential tremendously. Okay, I didn't even think I could leave the town that I grew up in. There's a town of like 300 people. But I shattered my limiting beliefs. And I became an infantry officer. I became an Army Ranger in special operations. I became a commander. I ran 100 miles in the Rockies. I got published in Forbes magazine. I coached leaders of a billion-dollar company. And now I have my own business that it's been successful, man. And we've been running this business for 6 years now. I never would have thought I'd be doing something like I'm doing today, to helping people with their mindset, life, their businesses, and them. So point is I was a blue collar kid, man. I grew up washing dishes in Northern California at my grandma's restaurant, doing landscaping, weed eating, mowing, getting paid under the table, that sort of things. But I shattered that belief system, man. So here's how you do it. I'm gonna dive into it here. There's a couple ways to shatter your limiting belief system. All right. So whatever you think you can't do, that is one of your perceived limitations, right? So in your life, this is what I want you guys to do. Real quick practical exercise. I want you to think about the result that you want in your life. I want you to think about either the money that you want. I want you to think about the life that you want. I want you to think about the relationship that you want. I want you to think about the level of success that you want. And I want you to ask yourself, like, you can write it down. Maybe it's getting down to 9% body fat. Maybe it's making, several $1 million. Maybe it's, marrying the love of your life. Like, whatever it is for you, write it down and then ask yourself, why do I believe I can't have this? And you'll start to see some of your limiting beliefs. So in order to shatter the limiting beliefs in your life, this is what I had to do. I had to get aware of what my limiting beliefs were, number one. What did I want and what I believe I couldn't do? And I had to start writing that stuff down. So some of my limiting beliefs when I was younger is that I was dumb. I wasn't smart enough. I wasn't good enough. I didn't come from an ultra wealthy family, so I couldn't be massively successful, that sort of thing. And so I wrote all these things down. I thought that my I had a ceiling on my income. I didn't think I could make more than I was getting paid for my time. You know, I was making $1,200 a month or $1,300 a month. I never thought I could do that in a day. That's crazy. So you need to write down your limiting beliefs around the area that you think the area that you want to see results in. Write down all the reasons why you can't achieve the goal, why you think you will never get to it. And now the next thing that you do is, so step one to shatter your limiting beliefs is step one, you have to get aware of your limiting beliefs. You have to take action and write them all down. You have to spend time reflecting, okay? And then the next thing you have to do is you have to rewire your mind so that it thinks differently. If you think about all the ways that you can't achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve, well, you can retrain yourself to think differently. Okay, because if you keep thinking about the ways that you'll never achieve the goal that you're after, you're going to keep reaffirming that over and over again. You're never going to take action towards the results that you actually want because you're going to believe you can't get there. Why would you open a door to a room you don't believe that you have the key to? You won't even bother, but you have the key. And the key is to switch your mindset from disempowering, limiting beliefs to empowering. The way that I did that was I wrote out all those beliefs and I created 2 columns in a sheet of paper. So take your sheet of paper, create a column, write out all the reasons, all the limiting beliefs, right? I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm dumb. I don't come from massive wealth. I have a huge disadvantage. Whatever your limiting beliefs are about the result, or I've been married too many times, right? I've been married 7 times. I'm never gonna find the right person. I'm broken. Whatever the hell you have, write it all down. And then these are your disempowering beliefs, all right? Then on the other side of the paper, you're gonna write down the opposite of whatever it is that you said. So if you write down, I am dumb, I am stupid, I am not good enough, all you gotta do is insert the word but, I'm not smart enough, but, and then add on a belief system that you believe about yourself that would help you achieve the goal. I'm not smart enough, but I'm a hard worker and I can always learn. If I apply myself, I can learn anything. You see how I did that? I just took a disempowering belief, boom, flipped it, turned it into an empowering belief. Now what we're doing here, after you go down the list, you just turn the opposite, you turn every limiting belief into the opposite. And now you have a whole new list of empowering belief systems that support your goal. Now you have the roadmap to take yourself to your goal mentally. You will tell yourself these empowering statements over and over again. But now the last piece is that you have to practice them on a regular basis. You have to keep telling yourself over and over and over again. You have to reinforce these positive beliefs over in your mind over and again. It's like building a road. Think of your mind like having it's like a giant farm field and you want to put a road through it, right? Well, you have a road that goes around the farm field, but we want one right through it. So we have to clear out the farm, we have to clear out the vegetation, we got to lay down a gravel road or dirt road, and then we got to start paving it, then we got to put asphalt on it, then we got to put concrete on the side, and we got to you got to really improve it so that it's a perfect road going right through where you want it to go. And that's your mind, and that's your thoughts. So it takes reps to change your disempowering beliefs to empowering beliefs. That is one of the most powerful ways to destroy your limiting belief system is to rewire your thinking using positive, empowering beliefs and using auto-suggestion, repeating them to yourself over and over again. And then the last way is by actually by challenging your growth and by challenging your comfort zone and breaking through the limitation. When you destroy a limitation, you no longer believe it. So there's a part of you that can will your way through every goal that you're after. I never believed I could run more than 2 miles, that was my personal limit. But one day I decided to go out and I decided I would try. Actually, the military made me run 5 miles one day. And I was like, holy shit, I can do that. And then on my own, I went out and I ran a half marathon one time. And I was like, holy shit, I could do that. And then when I ran the 100 miles, I assumed that I would never be able to run the 100 miles. But I said, you know what? I'm not going to assume my limitation that I can't do this. I'm going to go discover it. I'm going to go throw myself out there and I'm going to see what my limit is. So when you decide to discover your limitation, but instead of assume them, you need to detach from the outcome and just expect yourself to fail forward, throw yourself out there, be vulnerable, and see where you land. Go out there to discover your limitation. Now, be safe and minimize risk and all that type of stuff. But what I'm saying is that You know, whether you want a new relationship, whether you want, and you're alone and you're single, whether you want more money, whether you want a different life, you want to move to a different state, whether you want a better body, like maybe you do want to get down to 9% body fat, like I wanted to do. Well, instead of saying you can't do it, why don't you ask yourself, what if you could? Why don't you not assume your limitation? Why don't you try a plan that actually works and prove yourself wrong? Prove yourself wrong. When you prove yourself wrong about your limits, they get completely shattered. It's like coming back to the fleas in the box. When you take a flea, and if maybe you could just like whisper to it and tell it could jump high, and it jumps one time through its perceived limit, it's going wherever the hell it wants, man. It's gonna take off. So you guys are the flea. That's what I have for you guys today, is how to break through your limiting beliefs, how to break through the invisible ceiling over your head. And that is one of the most powerful ways to do it, is rewrite the narrative, become aware and rewrite the narrative. And then number 2 is don't discover your limitations, destroy them. Well, don't assume your limitations, discover them. I like destroy them too. That was pretty good too. But you guys got me. Don't assume your limitations. Yeah, go out and destroy them. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next video. If you like this one, make sure you click like, subscribe, and I'll keep putting them out. I want to increase the quality of this channel for you guys and make sure that it's worth your time, make sure that you're improving from it. So if you do like these videos, like, subscribe, share them, and comment down below. Let's create a little community here. We'll see you guys on the next one. Conquer all.